What are the things you ask yourself before you even start putting together the thing?
So the first thing is that, are we even the right people for the job? There are multiple instances where we had to turn down certain opportunities for us to pitch because it was simply not our thing. And I think that's very important for you to, first of all, not pitch for things that you can't deliver.
How can this idea work for the person I'm pitching it to?
If we have an idea, is it easily understandable, or are we just nerding out on our own?
What's my strongest angle going in? And then I lean into those as much as possible.
How do I organize the visuals and the information such that it flows and that it also helps me remember what I'm supposed to say?
Know who you're pitching to and really make sure you understand them and what they're after.
Do a bit of research, or if you're told these are the people who are going to receive your pitch deck and read it, check out who they are, the things that they've done, personally and professionally.
We always come up with a powerful statement to draw attention so that people can then listen to you. And then we always end with a powerful statement.
What's the best way, and maybe you can give an example, of bringing yourself into a pitch?
You're hoping that you're going to resonate with that person and that they're going to be generous and ask you something more personal that's going to enable a bit of an exchange. Some people do it, some people don't. But in my experience, especially at Annecy, most people do that because they know that that's what works.
So it's making sure there's always like a personal piece of you inserted into that space.
I think producers want to see who you are, and they want to get a sense of you as a human being and what makes you tick.
I'm not always the most confident person. How do you mentally prepare for that, knowing that that's something that you battle with? What are you doing? What are your techniques?
Say it out loud, because sometimes things seem so interesting and cool in your head. But when you say it out loud and actually record yourself.
So I'll sell my story to people who are not in the industry. That's one thing that I really try to do, to make sure at least are you getting it?
Write down or know what you're going to a specific person for.
But also do multiple dry runs. If they're saying you're going to have a 7-minute pitch, sit and have a timer, which is what we do.
And it becomes so important to me that when I'm pitching it to somebody, I care about it so much, right? And I feel like in doing that and my own personal space, I develop my own voice and my own uniqueness.
How do you bridge a specific brief and your own personal story that you want to tell? What was that process like for you in creating a pitch for that kind of context?
I can write about anything or come up with a concept about anything. But what I need to do is fall in love with it at a personal level.
But I think there's a tension between what sells and what's meaningful. And you as a creator have to drill into why it's meaningful for you. And then when you pitch it, make sure that that's coming across.
Yeah. And no matter how extraordinary the idea is, if you can bring it back to something real, then you can then extrapolate and create amazing worlds and characters.
When you're talking to other creators, what must they be sensitive to and bear in mind in terms of getting someone's attention?
I think we have to appreciate that these people are constantly being bombarded with people's pitches. And they're being exposed to people who think they've got the next best thing all the time. And so, there needs to be a degree of courtesy there, and you need to appreciate where they're coming from.
If you approach every project you do as a team project, a lot of things become easier. Because it's not you pitching to a studio, it's you and the studio hoping to work together to develop something.
And ultimately, you're looking for a business partner. So it's somebody that they feel they can relate to, and obviously you need to show them that you relate to them.
Ultimately, you're looking for a business partner. That's great. I like that.